Hello, my hunters, Joe with Off the Hoof Outdoors. I'd like to touch a little bit today on ridge lines in the deer pattern and movement due to these steep ridge lines. So let's get started here. Alright, as you can see right here, this is a steep drop. This whole swallow here, this sweep drop with a flat river bottom, which we talked about my river bottom in another video over here. That's that whole nipple area. So this is very, very steep. But what there is, and I marked these in pink, is you have quad trails. There are quad trails. There's this right here is a very steep hollow as well. Quad trails don't cross it. But you have one here that works its way out around. You have another one here that works its way out around. And then you have the top, of course. And there is an old logging road that comes out this way, cuts down and through here and goes into this hole. As you can see, all these quad trails in here. Alright, now I've checked all this area out and I've been on this, I call the middle quad trail. Now these deer are using it, and then right here what happens is they kind of step off the trail and climb the ridge a little bit and head out this way. Now there's two trails that go into one, a little confluence right there. Okay, and right here there's another little, it's a tiny little shelf right there, which goes out like that. That's a tiny little shelf right there. Okay, if deer come up, they hit the shelf. There is a scrape, primary scrape right there. That's those primary scrapes I talk about they hit all year round. That is a good scrape right there. I do have a stand set up watching that from directly above. This archery, so it's a close stand. It's right there. Next is what I've been hunting is this set of pines right here. This is up on top. This is all flat and level up here. Okay. You have fields that are up here. Here's part of it. Fields right here. Them deer are in there at night. I've been hunting this primarily early in the morning. 6 a.m. I'm in there. Deer movement I've been seeing is at 7. Okay. Opening morning, which was Saturday. First of all, let me mark the first spot I was sitting. I was sitting down low here because I was watching this old logging road. I figured they come out of the field, they're going to cruise right through here. Okay, well, this right here is really thick stuff. It's all undergrowth maple in oak. All right, well, I'm sitting there. Here's some commotion here in the back, and what happens is there's a 9-point here, 16-inch 9-point. I'm up in a tree. It comes out here, it cruises around. All right, goes out this way and up in here somewhere behind these houses. All right, he did not walk this trail, this path of least resistance. He decided to come through here, so I went over and looked, and what I found is this trail breaks off, and as you can see right here, okay, that's deer trail. That's the way he came in, I'm assuming. And the trail, even though one of them goes up this way, as you can see, and up in behind these houses, this deer came on another trail, which I went and looked at, in through here. Pretty much comes out, and as you can see through these pines is another route that they're following. And there's a thick area right here, which I do believe they bed in, but they also bed in this thick area here. Okay. he decided that he was going to walk straight through though, and I think he was coming over to this bed right here. Alright. Didn't want to shoot him. Not big enough for me. But a nice deer by all means. Now 2 days ago, because he walked this higher route, I got up here and I set up on the ground. Right about I was right about here. Okay. Watching this, where this buck came through. Now, this morning, what happened was, and I want to mark this with white as well, where that the other deer came out this way along this trail. What happened this morning was, I'm sitting here, this deer came from this direction. Okay. Up high. I'm only going to mark where I seen it. I seen him here. He was walking right at me, and he cut down and did something like this and got on that trail. Then I watched him cut all the way down and get on that logging road I was talking about, and he went out along that way. So 2 totally different directions, 2 mornings. First morning off the field, second morning heading over towards this field. I'm assuming to bed somewhere down in here up on this ridge. This was a 6-point. He was even wider than the 9-point, but nothing I wanted to shoot. So what I'm saying is, what I see here is, these are 4-wheeler trails, okay, man-made as well as here. There are 2 divisional trails coming to 1 header trail here with a nice scrape. Have not watched that yet. Put a little bit of Trails in 307 in there the other day with a camera. I'm anxious to see what it does. What I'm saying is, as you see, this is a steep ridge. Even though there are ATV trails on this, in the middle of this ridge, they're not using it that much. I mean, this is here, I'm believing this is all nighttime. This is fairly open woods here. It appears that most of the deer movement is on top of the ridge, which we know. They like to stay high generally. I mean, of course, down here, don't get me wrong, all along the creek bottom, it's really thick down in there. A lot of deer movement down in here. Lots of deer movement down in here. But it's so hard to hunt it because it's so thick and low, there's no trees down there. But up here on this ridge, they are staying high. They are moving through here because you have 2 things here. You have these big fields, which you can't see up top here. And you have this thick area with these pines. And then this thick area right here. And they're using this to bed. They're up high. Okay. They're looking down this way. Keep an eye out here. Now, I will say, as I told you in my last video, that wind moves out of the west. That way. Generally, they like to lay with their wind at the back. But they're not doing it here. Okay, it just goes to show it doesn't always work the same way. They're laying up here, wind's generally in their face, like so. And I haven't hunted this in the evening yet, but I'm assuming in the evening they're going to exit here, this bed, and head out to this field. This is about a 15-acre field, CRP field up here. So with all that being said, you find a high, steep ridge like this that swallows in, you're likely to find most of the deer movement along the top and along the bottom if there's enough cover. And there is enough cover down here, and there's plenty of cover up on top. In between, this is wide open, mature hardwoods. I mean, this is nighttime movement, I'm assuming, and the camera will tell me that. Anyway, stay high on the ridge in the swallow, and you'll see buck movement as well.